Hans, the smith of Waldheim, was as broad as an oak stump and twice as stubborn. His forge stood at the very edge of the village, where the road curved toward the mountains. People said Hans had the sort of luck that came from neither saints nor devils, but from sheer bullheadedness. On a stormy autumn night, Hans was alone in the forge, hammering out the last horseshoe of the day. Rain drummed like stones on the roof. The wind moaned in the chimney. Then came a knock at the door, 3 sharp raps that made the iron tools tremble. Hans opened the door. A tall man stood there, rain sliding from his cloak in sheets. His face was pale as bone and sharp as a knife blade. "I need my horse shod," the stranger said in a voice as smooth as polished stone. Behind him stood a great black stallion, steam rising from its flanks, though the night was cold. Its eyes glowed faintly red. Hans frowned. "Your horse don't like my forge." Indeed, the animal snorted and reared, refusing to take a single step toward the threshold. "It will behave," the stranger said sharply. "Bring your tools." Hans, never one to back down from a challenge, took his hammer. The horse fought him at every step, but he managed to lead it beneath the eaves. Lightning flashed, and in that moment Hans saw the stranger's boots were oddly shaped, wrong for a man's foot. "Hooves," Hans muttered under his breath, and bright red at that. The stranger stepped inside the forge. His shadow leapt ahead of him on the wall, far too large, shaped like some horned beast. Hans' eyes narrowed. He set his hammer down with exaggerated care and slid the heavy iron bar across the door, not to keep the stranger out, but to keep him in. "Well, now," Hans said cheerfully, "since you're here, let's see about those hooves of yours." The stranger's eyes flashed. "Do you know to whom you speak?" "Ah, I have a fair guess," Hans said. "And since you're in my forge, I reckon you'll mind my rules." He strolled to the fire, pulled out a glowing horseshoe nail, and held it up. "This'll sting a touch." Before the demon could move, Hans slammed the monster's hoof down on the anvil and drove the red-hot nail straight through it. The forge filled with a howl that shattered the storm's thunder. "You dare!" the demon roared. "I dare plenty," Hans said, and nailed the other hoof. The devil writhed, smoke rising from his cloak. "Release me!" the demon howled. "I will," Hans said, "for a price." "What do you want? Gold? Power?" Hans considered. 3 things. First, that I'll always have coin enough for food and beer, and no more, so I don't get lazy. "Done!" the demon spat. Second, that no one entering my forge can harm me. "Agreed." "And third," Hans said, leaning in, "that when you go back to hell, you'll tell every demon you know to leave Waldheim alone. The whole village. No temptings, no hauntings, no tricks." The devil writhed. "I swear it." Hans pulled out the nails. The demon's form collapsed like a cloak dropped on the floor. He reformed in the doorway, half corporeal, half smoke. "You've won this time, Smith," the devil hissed, "but we will meet again." Maybe, Hans said. But next time, bring a horse that behaves. With a crack of thunder, the devil mounted his snorting stallion and vanished into the storm. But he kept his bargain. Waldheim was never troubled by demons again. And Hans's purse was always just comfortably full.